Right, I love this question. It's exactly one of those questions that seems really complicated, but once you start drawing it, you actually find out that it's pretty easy, and this it just shows how powerful it can be to draw what's going on. Okay, Ray sold two-thirds of the charity tickets that Cindy sold. Cindy sold three-quarters of the charity tickets that Gina sold. Each charity ticket cost $2. The children collected a total of $648 and were asked, how many charity tickets did Gina sell? My goodness. So you've got three people and they're all being compared with each other and in fractions as well. So it seems really tricky on the face of it. But let's start drawing and see where that gets us. So um, we're going to start with Ray and I'll show you why. Let's have a look. So we start with Ray. Oh, I've got a red pen. That's okay. Or really brown. Right. So Ray sold, if we think about it, he sold two-thirds of the charity tickets that Cindy sold. So I'm actually going to give Ray, he's got these two-thirds. Okay, so he's got these two parts. All right, so this is the two-thirds of what Cindy sold. Now, if this is two-thirds of what Cindy sold, Cindy must have three of these parts. Does that make sense? Okay, so that would be the same as Ray. And here we go, three parts. So that makes sense now. Cindy's is split into thirds. Ray has two-thirds of what Cindy has. Okay, so we have, we've got that. Then we're told that Cindy sold three-quarters of the charity tickets that Gina sold. So we've got Gina, and so Cindy sold three-quarters of what Gina sold. Now we can see here that Cindy has three parts, and that is nicely fits in there. She's got these are three parts, okay, which means if this is what Cindy has, then Gina must have four of these parts, okay? All right, can you see that now? Cindy has three-quarters, so Gina's is split into quarters, and Cindy has three-quarters of what Gina has, okay? So actually when we've drawn it, this is all looking quite easy now because we've got all of these equal parts, or even though we were dealing with what looked like, well, these different denominators. Okay, now what does it say? And this is where we maybe have to be a little bit careful. It says that each charity ticket cost $2 and the children collected a total of $648. So this total, and we're going to, often I don't put the units in, but I'm going to put the units in here because we are, if you haven't noticed, we're talking about two different units. Here we're talking about the dollar amount or the money amount, but here we're talking about the number of tickets. So we have to be very careful. So the dollar amount is 648. Okay. And we are interested in the number of tickets. So how do we know how many tickets this relates to? Well, each ticket cost $2. So if we divide 648, if we divide that by 2, we're going to find out how many tickets this represents. And that's just an easy calculation to do in your head. So that's 324 tickets. Okay. And it's really important when you've got this, you've got these two different units going on that we keep labeling to make sure that we keep track of what we're doing. So so this is 324 tickets. Okay, that's important. All right, and we're asked, how many tickets did Gina sell? This is so we need to know what this is, and we need to know what four of these units is worth. Now, how many units are there? How many parts are there in this? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Well, if we divide 324 tickets by 9, okay, that's going to give us 36. We know that each of these is 36 tickets. 36 tickets. All right, and Gina sold four of these parts, so we want 36 times 4, and that is 144 tickets. Okay, all right, and that's our final answer, 144. So what looked quite complicated and as if we were going to have to be, making equivalent fractions with the same denominators and all the rest of it, actually, when we started drawing it, was very easy to draw. The trickiest thing I think about this one was, again, noticing that we had two different units going on. One was this money amount, this dollar amount, or it could be pounds, obviously, if you and then on the other hand, we also had the ticket. So that was probably, for me, the trickiest part of this question.